Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Well, I know I was working on the PGXia. I just finished that up. I didn't really decide to do a video on just putting painted armor pieces on it because that's, wasn't the main focus of the video series I wanted to do with that. It was mostly just getting the LED system in from Cosmos, and I went through all of that. And there were some long videos there, and I thank you if you watched them. If you didn't, they're in, my videos. You can go down below and click on my name, and it'll pull all my videos up and all that on my page. Anyways, I got a few other kits in while I was in the middle of finishing up the Exia, and this one here I got in about 3 weeks ago. It is the MGSD Destiny Gundam, and I really enjoyed the other MGSD kits that I had done, and I wanted this to go next to my Freedom. So, plus I really like the Destiny. I am going to paint this in the Spec 2 coloring, so it won't have the yellow V-fin and the little blue on. It's like a light blue color on the chest. That's the line that goes around. Each side will be white, and then the sword will be gray along with the rest of it. So, but once I'm done, you'll see it, and I hope that it turns out good. Anyways, let's go over a little unboxing with this. Not gonna really talk a lot about what's on the side here. There's a lot on there, and it has all sorts of stuff, and it's really cool. You do get the wings of light effects with this, and it does all the stuff with the gun and the sword and the wings open and all that stuff. And of course it's an MG, so it has an MG frame in it, so it bends a lot, and you can kind of see it's got the weaponry, a gun, the beam shield, the beam boomerangs, and everything the Destiny would have, and you would think the Destiny would have, it has. And let's see what's on this side. Oh, nothing, just more artwork. I know this box is pretty big, so painted version. Looks good from the back, shows the internal frame, and shows it comes with the accessories for the effect parts. And let's see here, and then we have just the side of the box again. So let's go ahead and, oh look, I got it upside down. There we go. And let's see what's in it. You ready? Alright. Maybe. There we go. Set that off to the side. And yes, I have already opened this, and I was looking at the color chart for the Destiny Spec 2, so that's why that is in there. I forgot I had left that in there. Okay, we have the manual, and it's kind of a, I'm going to move the camera just a little bit here so I can get everything in here a little bit better. I guess that's going to be as good as it's going to get, but anyways, it's book style, and it's got a lot of pages. It doesn't really seem to have a lot of runners. It looks like it, but once you actually look at this here, it doesn't show that there's too many. So, and getting into construction, and it kind of shows you everything. Let's see, head units, where it's going to start. And we're going to continue on. Chest, arms, hands, torso, legs, and here we go. It has a nice colored center. I like this about these. They do a real nice job with this Bandai does. Almost knocked my coffee over. Anyways, kind of look at it here and see. And then we're going to get back into finishing putting the kit together, and then the weaponry for the backpack and the wings, and all the typical things that are in here. And then off to the decal guide. I did order water slides for this. I don't know when they'll be here. And there is the color chart up close, so if you want to read it and see what it says, you can. And we have some nice images on the back. Oh, you got the front view and the rear view, and then down here some other nice images showing all the gimmicks. All right, let's set that off to the side, and I'll see what's in this box. One bag, 2 bags, 3 bags, 4 bags, 5 bags, 6 bags, and 7 bags of runners. Let me set this off to the side here while these all slide all over my table here. Stay. Okay. They listened. And this bag here has... And excuse me for a second, I dropped my scissors. Alright. There we go. It's kind of an early morning for me. Haven't quite been awake that long yet, so alright. And this is the frame part here for, looks like even the gun has a, or that might actually be part of the wings, but I'm not sure. Could be part of the wings, could be the gun. Bet it's part of the wings. Mostly frame, legs, and that's going to be the torso area, or the skirting area. Alright, so there's 2 there. Let's open this bag here up. I'm curious to see what's in this bag. This is all the effect parts. And it does come with sticker sheet. If you want to use stickers, you can use the stickers. Like I said, I ordered water slides for this because I'm going to do the Spec 2 version, so I wanted the Spec 2 stuff. The wings are pretty big. That's yeah, let's see here. It looks like about 250 millimeters. What is that? I don't know. Anyways, they're pretty big. I'm not good at measuring on this mat. It's got too many different measurements on it, and I never paid attention, I guess. I can do it in Americanese and tell you what the... they're almost 10 inches, the wings are, for the Wings of Light. So that's going to be a decent size. Anyways, that's impressive, honestly, for an MGSD kit. That's pretty impressive. And you get 2 of these, and they do look like they fluoresce. Let's see what these look like here. Maybe, come on, out of here. I got this new cart, and I moved stuff around, and now I got my light on. So let's see here. Looks like they do fluoresce with a black light. So, alright, cool. We turn this light back on so we can see. Alright. Stick that back in there. Alright, well, we have 2 of those. Runners there. Let's see what's in this one here. Here's the eyes. Those are pretty cool. They have a pattern behind them. If you can see that or not. Alright. So, and part of the wings, and it looks like the torso and chest parts in red here. And the head and legs, and there's the face, some other various parts on there, and a gray, because the Destiny isn't white, it's gray. Which I always thought was kind of neat, because it's a Gundam, and most Gundams that you see are white in the Seed universe, other than the bad guys. And since this was a neutral, ended up being, you know, we have a darker gray that's really nice, and more frame parts. And here is the gun and the head frame Yeah, see, I here the gun that folds out. That's what this is here, and it does have a frame. That's pretty neat. Interesting. All right. Pulling these open is getting kind of annoying. So let's see if I can do it a little easier. There we go. That behind us. Here's some of the blue parts. Now I'll be repainting this in a metallic blue. I'm going to be using the same exact metallic blue that I used for the Exia. It's going to be the G-Paint metallic blue, and I'm going to show you why. I know it's hard to see on here, but this blue here that the original Destiny is a brighter blue than the Spec 2. This is a part of the runner from the Spec 2 for the blue parts, and as you can see, they are two different shades of blue. The Spec 2 is a little darker. And I tested a little bit. This is the only blue that I have that is matching up to this. So I will be using this to paint the blue parts. I know, I only have my one light on. Actually, let me turn this other light back on, and then there we go. There's more light, and then you can see. And I'll show you here again what I was talking about. This is from the MGSD kit, and this is a part of the runner from the Spec 2. And as you can see, they're two different shades of blue. I think you can see that on the camera. Alright, and a duplicate of the red here for the other side, and more gray parts for the body and everything else. Anyways, and once again, here's the blue. I think it matches up pretty good, except for the fact it's metallic instead of just like a matte, but I don't have any. I don't have another. I have like 12 different shades of blue, and this is the only one that comes close to it. So I'll go over the colors here that I'm going to use in a minute, but that's just one of them. Finish seeing what's in these bags. Here is the shield, and it is pearlescent. It has a pearlescent coating on it. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. Kind of see. That's pretty neat. The beam shield. And here are the black parts. And I like how they did these here all one piece. It's not going to be a sandwich, so that's good. No seam line on the top. Alright, and the last bag here. And we have a duplicate of the blue. And here is the light blue. Now these are the parts that are going to be white here, because they changed them to white on the Spec 2. The sword was also changed to the same gray the body was. So, and here are some painted silver parts. They're almost plated. They're really nice looking. They're kind of hard to see, but it's pretty neat. The tip of the sword and some of the other parts for the wings, and it looks like for the head camera and behind the V-fin. The V-fin will be no longer yellow. It'll go to gray, and this is a too bright of a color of green for this, so we will be changing it over to this green here, which is more of a military green. So, all right, let me put all this stuff here in the box here, and I want to talk about the colors choices that I'm going to be doing. I already talked about the blue. That's going to be that. The gray. This is the shade of gray that I'm going to go with. It's a neutral gray 2 from Gaia Notes. I think that'll go well with the gray. Of course, anything white gets ultimate white always. So that'll be for this part here. Ultimate white. So we got blue, the gray, the ultimate white. I already talked about the green for the weapon. Sorry, I'm just separating some stuff over here off to the side. I don't think I'm going to paint. I don't usually paint my frames very often, mostly because paint tends to thicken things up and make things fit tighter, and also sometimes it just comes right off and you don't see it really anyways. So the dark gray, I have a dark gray that I can use for that. May paint that, don't know. I don't always paint every piece of my kits. Sometimes like when I'm doing a build like this, it'll just be certain parts that I want to change, and then I'll just matte coat the rest of it or gloss coat. Now the red, I've decided to go ahead because the red is actually deeper red on the Destiny Spec 2, so it's going to change to this color of red here. So that'll be the red. That's pretty much it. I'm going to use Evo Surfacer Black for these. I haven't decided if I want to use the blue underneath this again or not. It really didn't make that much of a difference on the Exia build. So these will be the paints. This is E7 BO5. I like E7 paints, but you don't really see them too often anymore. So this is the color lineup here. If I do decide to paint the frame, it will end up being a probably a gunmetal or something along the lines of that. It's black. Let me see here. It's silver. Oh, I have too much. Probably put it back on my card, yeah. Shake it up here. If I do paint the frame, I'll use this here, and I just won't. The nice thing about the Gaia Notes Evo surfacers are you can use them as a normal paint also, not just a surfacer. So we'll add that in there probably, because most likely I'll end up painting that. And then anything yellow always gets the Mandarin yellow from Gaia Notes, the Nazca. So, and I do have a dark gray somewhere. I'm not sure what I'll use for that dark gray, but I will find a dark gray. So, and that'll probably be the color lineup. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get to cutting parts out and getting them separated and get to painting parts, and once it's all done and together, I will be back to show it off to you and do a quick review. All right, I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not one, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and that way you get notified anytime that I put a video out. And I'm going to start doing this where, just so you guys know, where I'm going to split my videos into an unboxing and tell you what I'm going to do with it and a kit, and then I'll show it off afterwards and do a quick review. It's just going to be easier for me right now. So I have a lot of medical things going on with my dad. So, and I don't really want to get into it right this minute with everybody, so I'll just leave it at that. But I really appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate your support, and anybody who subscribes to my channel, you are family to me. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to listen to me rant about my hobby. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this one. I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully it'll be here soon and you won't have to wait too long. So, all right, I will see you all again next time. Thank you for being a subscriber, and I'll see you next time.